Hello everyone, welcome to Topper IAS. So as part of our daily series, today also we will see few of the important articles that were part of your Hindu newspaper. Okay, so let's get started then. So the first one is with respect to draft model rules for live streaming the court proceedings. So they have been come out issues. These rules are part of national policy and action plan for implementation of ICT in the judiciary. See, RTI, right to information. So, authorities have this has been brought out to increase the transparency and accountability. So, RTI, even judiciary is under Office of the Chief Justice is under RTI. So, why this is all to improve the governance, right? To make the citizens informed. Okay, so as a part of that, even judiciary now is coming out with live streaming and recording of the court proceedings. So again it has been justified that right of access to justice, which is guaranteed under article 21 of the constitution, also encompasses right to access live supreme court live court proceedings. Okay, so article 21, you have right to life and personal liberty. So n number of rights have been interpreted as a part of this right. So right to access to justice is one such thing, and access to live court proceedings is part of this one. Okay, remember that. And certain things with respect to draft model rules is that it proposes a 10-minute delay in transmission, and it also excludes certain communally sensitive cases will not be live casted, because communally sensitive, they will threaten to public order. Okay, so that's why they will be excluded from telecasting. Then apart from that, certain things like matrimonial matters, cases under POXO, Protection of Children from Sexual Offences Act, and Juvenile Justice Care and Protection of Act, these would also be exempted from live streaming. Okay, and the final decision whether or not to allow the live streaming of the proceedings will ultimately be taken by the bench. Okay, however it will be guided by the principle of open judicial process. The aim is to be judiciary be open, transparency and all those things, but only those cases which are likely to be communally sensitive or very delicate cases involving women and children, those will be exempted from live streaming. Okay, so with respect to transparency, accountability, improved governance, this is also one such way, because there are often criticism against judiciary that it is being very opaque in its functional. So this such a measure of live streaming would help to overcome such a negative criticism. Okay, and next is with respect to Swachh Bharat Mission Gramin Phase 2. Okay, why this was in news? This is taken from the PIB, because Gramin Phase 2, it is said that it has made a steady progress even during COVID-19 pandemic. So what is that the progress it has made? A progress like around 2.41 lakh villages have reported minimal litter and stagnant wastewater. 1,249 villages have declared themselves as ODA plus, and around 53,000 community compost pits and 10 lakh household level solid liquid waste management assets have been constructed. So by quoting these facts, it is said that Swachh Bharat Gramin phase has been making a steady progress. So some terms you should know: ODA plus. See, ODA plus is a village which sustains its open defecation free status and ensures solid liquid waste management and is visually clean. So such villages are referred as ODF plus. And with respect to phase 2, Swachh Bharat Mission Gramin phase 2 is emphasizing upon the sustainability of the achievements under phase 1, and main is to provide adequate facilities for solid liquid waste and plastic waste management in rural India. Okay, that you remember. And Swachh Bharat Mission, you all know already, it is a Clean India mission initiated in the year 2014 to eliminate open defecation in the country and improve solid waste management. Okay, so it was a restructured version of earlier program Nirmal Bharat Abhiyan, which was launched in 2009. So part 1, that is phase 1 of Swachh Bharat Mission, lasted up to 2019. So phase 2 has now started, which will be implemented up to 2024-25. So the mission aim is to achieve open defecation free India by 2019. So this was a aim of Swachh Bharat mission when it was launched. So why? To give a tribute to Mahatma Gandhi, who said cleanliness is next to godliness. Okay, so that was the thing, and now phase 2 is undergoing. Okay, then objectives of SBM Swachh Bharat mission was nothing but in the first phase it aimed to eradicate manual scavenging, okay, cleaning of toilets and all by the use of human beings manually, and generating awareness and bringing about the behavior change regarding sanitation practices. So giving information on what are all the negative health impact that you are going to face because of open defecation and all those issues. Creating awareness was the aim of program, and augmenting the capacity at the local level to deal with solid and liquid waste management. So this they did by creating even toilets, community toilets in rural areas. And second phase of the mission aims to sustain the open defecation free status. So okay, that the villages which have been already open defecation free, that it will be maintained during the second phase. Okay, and improve the management of solid and liquid waste management. These are the aims of second phase. So what is the purpose? What the purpose Swachh Bharat mission serves is, it also serves India's progress towards achieving sustainable development goal 6. The sustainable development goals of the UN, you already know, there are 17 global goals. So goal number 6 talks with respect to water and sanitation. So Swachh Bharat mission is one such means to achieve sustainable development goal 6. Okay, so next one with respect to Maldives, Maldives candidate winning election of the president of UN General Assembly. Okay, so in first for the Maldives, Foreign Minister Abdullah Shahid was elected as the president of UN General Assembly. So he got almost nearly 3/4 of the votes, like around 143 votes, compared to his rival Afghanistan Foreign Minister, who secured 48. Okay, so just remember, UN presidential election, a candidate has been selected from Maldives. And coming to India's role, India has good bilateral relation with Maldives and Afghanistan both. But in this election, India supported Maldives, because it had already committed to Maldives even before Afghanistan came out with their candidature. Okay. So United Nations General Assembly, one of the 6 principal organs of the UN. Okay. So what does it do? Main deliberative, policy making and representative organ of the UN, like our parliament. Okay. Parliament is the main deliberative body, right? All policy making and all. So in the same way, with respect to United Nations organization, United Nations General Assembly is a main deliberative body. Okay. And its powers, functions, composition, procedures have all been derived from Charter 4 of the United Nations Charter. Okay, and other things that UNGA General Assembly is responsible is for UN budget, appointing the non-permanent members of the Security Council, appointing Secretary Council of the United Nations, receiving reports from the other parts of the UN system, and making recommendations through resolution. So a number of functions are there. Remember, UN General Assembly, main deliberative body of UN and one of the 6 principal organs of the United Nations. Okay. So that's it for today. You can also download the PDF of this document in the link that is given below. Thank you.